this. You are not losing focus because life is too complicated. You're losing it because you've forgotten how to be still. This. Every sound, every screen, every notification is a hand pulling at your attention. And the more you give, the emptier you feel. This. You wake up with energy, but before the day even begins, your mind is already scattered, consumed by messages, images, this, and thoughts that don't belong to you. You see, this. The greatest danger of this century isn't violence or war, it's distraction. This. It's the silent erosion of your ability to be present, to think deeply, to live intentionally. This. The world no longer steals your time, it steals your awareness. This. But here's what you must understand. Focus is not a skill, it's a practice. It's not found in isolation, this, but in mastery over yourself. The Stoics called it inner discipline, this, the ability to remain unmoved while the world shifts around you. So today we are not talking about escaping distractions, this. We are talking about rising above them, this. We are learning how to reclaim the calm within chaos, the focus that turns noise into clarity and movement into meaning. This. Stay till the end of this talk and you'll see how to rebuild that inner fortress, how to train your mind to serve you, this, not scatter you. This. Let's begin the journey back to stillness. You wake up each morning thinking the battle begins outside, with your responsibilities, this, your challenges, your goals. But the real war, the one that determines the quality of your life, this, begins the moment you open your eyes. It begins in your mind before you even leave your bed. This. Distractions have already declared war on your attention. Your phone lights up with messages, the world's noise creeps in, this, and your thoughts scatter in every direction. You haven't even stood up and already your focus is under attack. This is the silent war, the one that no one talks about because it doesn't make a sound. It doesn't come with explosions or chaos, but with small choices repeated daily. You lose this war not in a single moment, but in thousands of unnoticed moments, when you reach for your phone instead of your breath, when you react instead of reflect, when you let your mind be controlled instead of consciously directing it. The Stoics believed that the greatest victory is not over others, but over oneself. To master the mind is to master life. Yet, most people spend their days letting their environment dictate their emotions. A simple comment ruins their peace. A single notification steals their focus. A passing thought turns into a storm. They don't realize that the mind, when left untrained, becomes its own enemy. It resists silence because silence reveals truth. It avoids stillness because stillness demands awareness. In today's world, distraction is disguised as comfort. Constant stimulation feels normal. Scrolling, switching, practice. Consuming, it gives the illusion of productivity while slowly draining your clarity. Every time you give in to a distraction, your ability to focus weakens. Your attention, once sharp like a blade, becomes dull, scattered, and restless. And when you lose control of your focus, you lose control of your direction. You stop living with intention and start drifting, reacting to everything instead of choosing what matters. But here is the truth the Stoics understood deeply. You cannot control the world, but you can always control how you respond to it. You can choose awareness over reaction. You can choose silence over noise. You can choose focus over fragmentation. The war within can only be won by returning to that choice. Again and again, when the world pulls at you, pause. When your mind races, breathe. When distractions surround you, observe them without judgment. This is not weakness, this is training. Each time you resist the impulse to be pulled away, you strengthen the muscle of focus. This, like a warrior sharpening his sword, every act of restraint makes your attention sharper, your awareness stronger. This, it will not happen in a day. It requires patience, consistency, and humility. You will fail many times. This, you will find yourself lost in noise again. But the key is not to fight your distractions with anger. It is to understand them. This, ask yourself, why am I running away from this moment? Often, the answer reveals fear. Fear of silence. This, fear of facing your thoughts, fear of what you might discover when you stop escaping. This, that is why stillness feels uncomfortable for so many, because it shows you who you really are. This, but once you make peace with that truth, distraction loses its power. You no longer chase what doesn't matter. This, you no longer need constant noise to feel alive. You begin to live deliberately, with focus, clarity, and calm presence. This, the silent war within you is not a curse, it's an invitation to awaken, to rise above the noise. This, to reclaim your attention and use it as it was meant to be used, as a tool for creation, for awareness, for peace. This, because when you learn to win this invisible battle, the world outside begins to change too. What once felt chaotic becomes calm. This, what once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. This, and you realize that focus was never something you lost. It was something you forgot how to protect. This, discipline is not punishment. It is the quiet language of self-respect. This, it is the understanding that not everything that feels good is good for you. This, and not everything that feels difficult is meant to be avoided. Most people chase what is easy, comfort, this, instant gratification, quick rewards. But the Stoics taught that comfort is often the enemy of growth. This, what weakens the mind is not hardship, but indulgence. When you obey every desire, this, you slowly lose the strength to command yourself. Each time you give in to impulse, this, you trade long-term peace for short-term pleasure. You tell your mind that it can have what it wants without patience, without persistence, without principle. And over time, that message becomes your reality. Your discipline fades. This, your focus dissolves, and your power slips away quietly. You begin to live reactively, guided not by purpose, but by emotion. This, not by wisdom, but by craving. Discipline, on the other hand, is freedom disguised as structure. This, it is the ability to delay gratification, to say no to what feels good now for the sake of what feels right later. This, it's the invisible bridge between goals and results. Without discipline, your dreams remain ideas. With it, this, even the impossible begins to bend toward you. Think of the moments in your life when you felt truly proud of yourself. This, they never came from giving in to comfort. They came from the days you chose effort over ease, consistency over chaos, this, purpose over pleasure, this, that quiet satisfaction, that peace that follows self-mastery is something no external reward can replace. This, but discipline is not about suppressing desire, it is about transforming it. Desire in itself is not the enemy. It is energy, this, raw and powerful. The problem arises when desire controls you instead of you controlling it. This, the Stoics understood that the key to peace is not in destroying desire, but in directing it. This, you redirect your longing for comfort into a longing for clarity. This, you transform your hunger for approval into a hunger for growth. You evolve from wanting ease to wanting excellence. This, in a distracted world, discipline becomes your anchor. When your phone, your thoughts, this, and your emotions all compete for attention, discipline says, stay. It reminds you that your time is sacred. This, your energy is finite, and your purpose deserves protection. It whispers that every yes must be guarded by 1,000 no's. This path is not easy. Discipline will often feel like deprivation. It will require you to wake up when you don't want to stay calm when your emotions beg to react, to persist when the results are invisible. But this is how you build strength that lasts. Every time you choose discipline, you train your mind to obey clarity instead of chaos. And slowly your life transforms from scattered to centered, from restless to peaceful. There will be days when your motivation disappears, when every part of you wants to stop. That is when you must remember, discipline is not born from motivation, it is born from commitment. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the flame that keeps burning long after the spark fades. If you only act when you feel inspired, you will never reach mastery. But if you act out of discipline, even your smallest actions carry power. True discipline is silent. It doesn't need recognition or applause. It exists in the choices no one sees. The moment you choose to meditate instead of scroll, the moment you breathe instead of react, the moment you choose purpose over pleasure. Those small victories repeated daily, build a strength that cannot be taken from you. The Stoics would say that discipline is the art of living according to your highest nature. Practice. It's not about restriction, it's about liberation. Because when you no longer need to obey every impulse, you become truly free. You move through life with clarity, grounded in purpose, untouched by the chaos of desire. And in that stillness, you rediscover your true power, not the power to control the world, but the power to control yourself. In a world that glorifies speed, presence has become a forgotten art. Everyone is rushing to achieve, to prove, to consume, to arrive. Yet no one seems to know where they are going. The world tells you that success is about having more, moving faster, doing everything all at once. But the truth is, when your attention is divided, your life is divided. You cannot live fully in a moment that you are only half present for. Presence is the ability to be where you are, fully and completely. It is not just the act of existing, it is the art of noticing. It is hearing the sound of your breath without impatience, tasting your food without hurry, speaking to someone without thinking of what you will say next. It is the rare ability to see life not through the lens of urgency, but through the eyes of awareness. The Stoics believed that peace is not found in what you own, but in what you can experience deeply. To be truly present is to be rich not in possessions, but in perception. When your attention belongs to the moment, even the simplest things become sacred. The warmth of sunlight, the sound of rain, the laughter of a friend. These are not ordinary moments. They are the quiet treasures of a conscious life. But the modern mind has been trained to wander. It is restless, constantly reaching for what is next, fearing silence, avoiding stillness. We scroll through life as we scroll through screens, quickly, distractedly, always looking for more. Yet what we truly crave cannot be found in more. It can only be found in enough, in being here now. Every time your mind drifts into the past or races toward the future, you leave a piece of yourself behind. Anxiety lives in the future, regret in the past. Presence lives only in the now. The more you learn to return to this moment, the freer you become. You begin to understand that your peace does not depend on the world outside. It depends on your ability to remain grounded within. Presence is not something that happens by accident. It is a discipline of awareness, a constant practice of returning. It means putting your phone away when you talk to someone. It means listening not just with your ears, but with your heart. It means noticing the small miracles that are always happening. The rise and fall of your breath, the beating of your heart, the stillness between sounds. These are the anchors that bring you back to now. The irony is that we chase fulfillment while running away from the very place it exists, the present moment. You don't need to travel far, you don't need to acquire more. What you seek is already here. The only requirement is your attention. When you learn to be still, life begins to reveal its depth. The noise fades, the mind quiets, and clarity emerges. True wealth is not measured by what you can hold, but by how deeply you can experience what you already have. The person who owns little but lives with presence is far richer than the one who has everything but cannot be still. Presence turns ordinary life into meditation, and meditation into understanding. It gives you back what distraction has taken: your time, your awareness, your peace. To live with presence is to finally see life as it is, not as your mind imagines it, not as your fears distort it, but as it unfolds moment by moment. It is realizing that happiness is not something you chase. It is something you notice when you stop running. And when you learn to be truly present, you begin to understand the real meaning of wealth, not abundance of things, but abundance of being. There will always be storms around you. The world will never stop testing your peace, your patience, your strength. You cannot control the noise, but you can learn to control the space within where the noise can no longer reach. Practice. That space is your inner fortress, a sanctuary built not of walls, but of awareness. It is not a place you escape to. It is a state you grow into. Most people spend their lives trying to control everything outside: people, outcomes, opinions, circumstances. But the more you try to control the world, the more powerless you feel. Because the truth is this: you will never control the wind, but you can learn to adjust your sails. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They trained their minds to remain calm even when everything around them was falling apart. They knew that peace is not found in a perfect life, but in a disciplined mind. The inner fortress is built through patience and self-mastery. Every moment of restraint becomes a brick. Every time you choose silence over reaction, awareness over anger, presence over panic, you strengthen its walls. Over time, you begin to realize that the power to stay calm is the greatest power of all. Because calmness is not weakness, it is control. The person who can remain centered in chaos has already won half the battle. But building this inner fortress is not easy. It requires you to face yourself, your fears, your insecurities, your attachments. It demands that you stop blaming the world and start understanding your own mind. This process is not comfortable because it means breaking the illusions you've built. It means realizing that peace doesn't come from the absence of problems, but from the presence of perspective. Practice. When someone criticizes you, the fortress reminds you that their words are only echoes. They can reach your ears, but they don't have to enter your heart. When life becomes uncertain, the fortress whispers that uncertainty is not your enemy. It is the raw material from which strength is shaped. When the world demands reaction, the fortress teaches you the beauty of stillness, the ability to pause, to breathe, and to choose your response with clarity. This is how you begin to rise above distractions and chaos. You stop being pulled by the noise of the world because your foundation is strong. You are no longer swayed by praise or destroyed by criticism. You stop chasing peace because you have found it within. This is the kind of strength that cannot be seen, but can always be felt, the quiet confidence of someone who knows that nothing external can disturb their inner balance. The Stoics called this state apatheia, not in the sense of indifference, but in freedom from unnecessary disturbance. It is the calm that comes from understanding that you cannot always choose your circumstances, but you can always choose your attitude. Once you master that choice, you become unshakable. The world will still test you. There will still be challenges, losses, and changes. But when you live from your inner fortress, these things no longer destroy you. They refine you. You stop asking for an easier life and begin asking for a stronger mind. You stop reacting from emotion and start responding from wisdom. And slowly a transformation happens. You no longer need to prove yourself. You no longer seek validation. You begin to move through life with quiet strength, grounded, focused, free. You realize that real power was never about control over others. It was about mastery over yourself. The storms will continue, but they no longer shake you. The noise will surround you, but it will no longer enter you. Because you have found something unbreakable, a fortress within yourself that no chaos can destroy. And once you find that place, you carry peace wherever you go. You began this journey believing that your focus was stolen by the world. But now you see, it was never truly lost. Practice. It was only hidden beneath the noise you allowed to surround you. The battle was never with your phone, your work, or the people around you. It was always with your own attention, with the mind that forgot how to be still. Through awareness, you've learned to recognize the silent war within. Through discipline, you've discovered the strength to rise above desire. Through presence, you've learned that true wealth is found not in things, but in the depth of this very moment. And through the inner fortress, you've understood that peace is not given. It is built brick by brick, through patience and perspective. The world will continue to move fast. Distractions will never disappear. But when your mind is centered, when your awareness is sharp, when your inner fortress stands strong, no noise can disturb your peace. You will act with clarity instead of confusion, with stillness instead of reaction. Reclaiming your focus is not about escaping the world. It is about engaging with it consciously. It is about walking through chaos without letting chaos walk through you. When you master this, life no longer feels like something happening to you. It becomes something unfolding through you. So breathe deeply, slow down, reclaim your focus, because the power to live fully, peacefully, and intentionally was never outside of you. It was always within.